Happy Irvo. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me today for...
Dude, this
right.
week in Australia.
There it is. We're all the way from up here in Indiana. I'm going down under using the internet tubes to see what happened in Australia this week. Let's do it. All right, the first top post this week is like a story or something. I don't know what this is, but it's got 42,000 likes. That's a lot. Okay, I guess I'll read this in my best Australian accent, just to make it slightly more interesting, you know? Okay, here we go. Mate lost his license for DUI, and it's been the best. So just over 6 months ago, a bloke I used to work with, Jeff, got done for DUI in a big way, which meant he lost his license for 6 months. He lives in a rural area with no public transport or taxi service. Damn, that sucks, Jeff. You should have thought of that before you drove drunk. Now Jeff has been called a, edit, fat, typo fast, a fat bastard for years by his friends. So when he said he would have to ride a push bike, what is a push bike? Is that what like people are calling a bike that's not an e-bike? You mean just a bike? Or is that like what my 2-year-old rides where it doesn't have pedals? So it's like you gotta Flintstone it. Well, I mean, to me, that's just a bike, I assume. About 15 kilometers to get to work. We all laughed at him. We expected he would either drop dead of a heart attack or give up quickly. Okay. All right. Who needs enemies when you've got coworkers like this, folks? I have not seen Jeff since I gave him a spare bike I had, expecting it to be little used. However, this week, a lycra-clad fellow. What the hell does that mean? I barely recognized. Turns up and it's Jeff. 40 kilos later, to hand the bike back. Not only had Jeff lost over 40 kilos, he's now off his blood pressure medicine, his sleeping tablets, most of his beers, and a few other medics. He's off his beers. Nice job, Jeff. His doctor has taken him off his high-risk group and reckons he's added at least 10 years to his bloody life expectancy. He has his license back, but does not drive to work much. Of course, now, instead of being a fat bastard, he's one of those mom-meal bastards on his flashing new bike, riding 50 to 100 kilometers regularly with his new cycling girlfriend. The three of us are going away for MTB riding trip this weekend together, and I bet they're going to leave me for dead. I cycle regularly, but not as much as Jeff. Better that than him dying early. Good thing he lost his license. Who's laughing now, fellas? Good job, Jeff. Edit. Wow, this went wilder than I expected. I will be telling Jeff this weekend how many people wish him well to keep up the good work. Plus, the surgery option. Thanks, folks, and despite me and others giving him a hard time, in Oz, this is considered a good friend. Sledging is also a major pastime. Fudge, yeah, Jeff. See, folks, this is why you should bully your coworkers. Sometimes it works out. That's awesome. Congrats, Jeff. Aussie Josh Giddey wins the game for the Chicago. Okay, I don't have to do the Australian accent. I forgot. How good was that, though? How bad was that? The accent. Aussie Josh Giddey wins the game for the Chicago Bulls with a steal and a half-court shot on the buzzer. Okay, I'm going to watch this. I'm going to enjoy it. But I'm guessing it's going to be cut out of the video because of copyright reasons. If it is, then, you know, it's just going to cut to me. I don't know. But I'm going to watch this.
Have to hurry. Get it into Vucevic. Quick pass to Williams. Big shot for three. Good.
Hold on. Which team is he on is what I need to know. Or, I mean, he's for the Bulls. Okay. I don't follow basketball, I'll be honest. A lot of Americans do, but I don't.
2-point game, 9.8 left. Oh, he's Giddey.
Hold on. Let me see what he looks like. This is painful. I apologize, but I just want to make sure I like. Okay. He's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool dude. Is he this guy? Is he the guy with the big hair? All right. Oh, what a steal. Pass, 3-point.
Big time players make big time plays. Kobe, wait. Final shot before that.
Oh, wait. Okay, so did he get the steal or make the shot? Because honestly, let's be honest, the steal is the more impressive thing here.
2-point game, 9.8 left.
He made the steal. That's him. That's him. That is a legendary play. And he even passes it back for the 3 points. Do they need 3 points to win here? They do. Oh my God, what a play. You can't see it, but it's 115 to 113. He passes it back to this guy to make the 3-point shot for the win. That's freaking awesome.
The steal, right for the lead.
Wow.
Players make big time plays. Kobe, wait. Final shot before that. Here's Reeves. Reeves straight to the cup. Plays it in.
Oh.
Bulls are out of timeouts. 2 seconds.
Oh, wait. I still have to see the half-court shot at the buzzer. I forgot about that.
Giddy for the win. Go! My God! I cannot believe this.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I don't know how much of that got cut out and stuff, but that was actually legendary. God dang. Dang. Dang.
I'm coming, baby. Oh, no. Improbable. Unbelievable. Impossible. Magic Giddy. Somewhere in Australia, Sydney, or Melbourne.
What a legend. Ah! Trying out the macro shot mode on my phone. How about you don't? Oh my God, there's the eyeballs. You believe phones take pictures this good now? Green's announced policy to manufacture drones and missiles as a credible plan B to replace AUKUS. Hopefully they don't have to replace AUKUS. That's sad. This type of talk makes me a little bit sad, you know. Seeing the falling out of our global alliances. We'll see. The decline of streets. Is this a popular... What is this? Ice cream? Vanilla flavored reduced fat ice cream. What is this? Vanilla flavored frozen dairy dessert. That's suspicious. So is that what it is? I don't know what else I'm looking for. There's a lot to see here, you know. Looks like they replaced a milk fat with vegetable oil. That can't be good. That can't be good for you, and it can't taste good either. These are native Australian blue-banded bees going nuts on my rosemary. Oh, those are sick. Wow. Those are really beautiful. Jeez. Will these sting you, I assume? They look too pretty to sting, you know? I don't believe it. Wow. I've never seen these before. They're like holographic bees. You know, like you have holographic Pokemon cards. These are like the evolved holographic. These ones are worth a lot of money. The eyes are crazy too. Oh my God. Wow, a medium orange juice at Macca's is $5.20 now. Let's see what that is in a USD. I always like to... I mean, I know it's what would that be? About $4 or about $3.50 or something? $3.50 AUD to USD. 328. 328. Okay. 328 for a medium orange juice. Yeah. Maybe it hasn't been that way in Australia, but I feel like that's about what it's been like. I mean, at McDonald's, I would hope it was a little bit cheaper, but orange juice for some reason is very expensive here. I love orange juice. I would drink a lot more orange juice if it wasn't ridiculously expensive. Actually, I'm kind of curious now. Let's see what it costs at my local McDonald's. Yeah, it's about the same. I mean, it's unavailable right now, but can you see that? Can you see that, folks? Can you see it? I can see that you can't see it, so hold on. $3.19. $3.19. There it is. That was way too much effort just to show that. But it's $3.19. So what did I say this was? $3.28. And that was for a medium. I guess our medium might be bigger than your medium. Let's see. Let's compare the calories. All right. So yours is 727 kilojoules, which equals 173 calories. I didn't know I was down here in the corner, guys. How long have I been down there in the corner? And the American is, for a medium, is 190 calories. So the American is a little bit bigger. You know, 10% bigger. Not much bigger. So it's pretty similar. Oh, except I can see down the road this other McDonald's, it's only $2.80. To hell. Oh, Albanese to call the May 3rd, call for a May 3rd federal election tomorrow morning. Did he do that? Because this was one day ago. Did he do it? Did he do it? Albanese election. I didn't see this news. Yes. He calls. Breaking news. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has called for a national election to take place on May 3rd. And in a stunning turnaround in the polls, Anthony Albanese now leads, albeit slightly, as the favorite to win the election very slightly. I can see that's coming back down, though. What happened right here? Some event must have happened. What happened? When was this? It was on March 24th, 4 days ago. This week, on Monday, what happened? Did he make some kind of a deal or something? This is actually quite interesting. Because I think the same thing's going on in Canada, right? Where you had the more like conservative winning, and it has since flipped to where Mark Carney will likely win the election in Canada. And now that's happening in Australia as well. Granted, in Australia, this is now an absolute nail biter. I mean, it really has been, but even right now, my goodness, this is an absolute nail biter. Total toss-up between the two. But we have a date, folks. How exciting. A little over a month. And I don't even have to tell you guys to get out and vote because you have to. I think that's about it, folks. That's about it for this week in Australia. I look forward to seeing you next week. I'll still be in Indiana. You'll still be in Australia. But we will connect on this YouTube channel. Like magic. All right. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.